What is up, everybody, and welcome to my New Japan Pro Wrestling Fighting Spirit Unleashed review. Pretty much back again, I would say even from earlier this year, back in the Pyramid in Long Beach, California, the Walter Pyramid. A lot of things going on tonight in this pretty much pay-per-view or show or whatever you want to call it. I wish it would have played on Access TV to make it easier, but it will be playing on Access TV this Friday. The reason why it would not be playing on Access TV, though, when they usually have Jim Ross there, is, well, pretty much Josh Barnett was not there for this show, so it was Jim Ross and Kevin Kelly on commentary, and I don't think Access TV has a contract under Kevin Kelly, and only just Jim Ross and Josh Barnett, that it's just going to be streamed on the New Japan World thing on tonight's show, since it was, scheduled for tonight on September 30th. But if you missed it, you can check it out on Access TV on October the 5th, this Friday. So, I actually thought it would have been live, because honestly, all these U.S. shows, they do it now, if you ask me, live on Access TV. But if they're only going to do it live, they got to have both Jim Ross and Josh Barnett on commentary. But since he's taking over matters in Japan right now, Kevin Kelly was here to fill in. It's kind of funny, we haven't really seen, they said they haven't really seen these two, commentate each other for over 20 years now, I believe, because they did commentate back then in WWF. I would say having the attitude era when both men were in the company at the time, but they were teaming up together tonight. Pretty much the Walter Pyramid, and I got a lot to say about the crowd tonight. First off, the crowd was great. It was energetic, it was live, but I did see a lot of gaps out there. And, I kind of saw it early because I thought people were just entering the building. Okay, I really thought that at first, because the first match we had was ACH, Jushin Thunder Liger, and Raizuke Taguchi versus Roppongi 3K, Shoyo and Rocky Romero. Pretty much a good match to kick off the show. It's a lot of tag team matches all the time. Even though I did, like I said, I saw some empty seats, but the crowd was over with, ACH and Liger and Taguchi and them. Pretty much Taguchi won with the the tail end, the whole funky weapon thing. Pretty much getting a win over Rocky Romero. Next, SCU! There was a lot of big SCU chants out there as Frankie Kazarian and Christopher Daniels went against Bullet Club, Hangman Page, and Chase Owens. I guess Kazarian, and I should have did a Ring of Honor review, but if you look at the back of Kazarian's head, he had like a cut and stuff, because I think it was that match with the Briscoes on Friday on Death Before Dishonor back in Vegas, so it was a little, I think he had a, I think it was like a banjo on the back, but I was surprised to see SCU go over Bullet Club, though. Pretty much they won with the best Meltzer ever finisher. Pretty much, Daniels doing his best moonsault out of the top rope, and Kazarian hitting the, what was it, like a sidewalk slam, kind of like a combo thing to do this. Pretty much getting the win over Chase Owens, taking him out. So, like I said, New Japan has a lot of these tag team matches, really, and stuff. I think this is where it kind of got better. It was Flip Gordon, Chris Sabin, and Jeff Cobb, the new Ring of Honor television champion, which New Japan pretty much spoiled, because Jeff Cobb returned back. Well, he's already in Ring of Honor, but he did come on Friday. I guess was going to challenge Punishment Martinez, but to what I hear at the tapings now, that Jeff Cobb, well, we already know Jeff Cobb is the champion now, but Punishment Martinez is supposed to be leaving Ring of Honor, and he's allegedly headed to WWE now, or NXT and stuff. So I believe WWE pretty much has now signed Punishment Martinez. So I believe he just dropped the belt to Jeff Cobb. So Jeff Cobb had brought out the Ring of Honor Television Championship with him. They went against pretty much Chaos of Hiroki Goto, Chucky T, and Beretta. Really good match. Mostly a lot of focus was on Cobb and Goto. As you know, there's going to be a singles match head with these two in some time. But a very, very fun match to watch, though. Really fun to watch. Flip Gordon is just fucking awesome in the ring. Cobb pretty much winning with the Wrath of the Gods, or he's also known as Matanza Cuerto and Lucha Underground, but he hit the Wrath of the Gods on Chucky T to pick up the win. Him and Goto pretty much started arguing with each other as Goto had backed out then. So we pretty much got, it's supposed to be a match with these two heading on. These two did face each other before, back at the G1 San Francisco special for the Never Openweight Championship. So we're seeing more and more of Jeff Cobb nowadays in Ring of Honor and New Japan. He won the, the PWG Bowler tournament, so he was like the new champion there. But yes, we are going with that. But, you know, like I said about the crowd, though, crowd's really fun tonight. But I'm not going to sit here and say it was a sold-out building, okay? I did see some gaps out there. There were some yellow seats you could clearly see in the crowd, okay? Because, like I said, I thought fans were arriving late to the building, but I'm surprised they didn't even sell this out like last time. I don't know if New Japan didn't do enough promotion or anything into this, but you'd think we'd have a sold-out building. But the crowd was still fun and lively throughout the entire night, though. LIJ, Naito, Evil, and Sonata versus Suzuki-gun of the Killer Elite Squad with Davey Boy Smith and Lance Archer and Zack Sabre Jr. I actually wish Taka would have showed up there, though. I'm mad I couldn't get Taka to be there. I would like to hear his introduction for Zack Sabre Jr. That's always fun to listen to. But it was a really good tag match, I will say that. Mostly telling the story out there, really, in all of this. Especially with Evil and Zack Sabre Jr. There's one thing I can say that every time LIJ comes out and Naito, especially to go against Suzuki-gun, every time, you know, Naito, he always announces Naito, they always attack Suzuki-gun always attacks LIJ. Every time. As soon as he announces, you know, the guy announces Naito, they all attack all the time. We even get to see Naito. I'm sure a lot of people like, we didn't see Naito do his role. But I will tell you one thing. When Naito's music hit, that was like one of the biggest reactions of the night, okay? LIJ is just fucking over, right? Los Ingobernables de Japón, super over, okay? But it pretty much came between Evil and Zack Sabre Jr. Zack Sabre Jr. to do that bridge pin he does when he's on his head like this. Except it was kind of one thing he pretty much did fuck you to the crowd then. Pretty much picking up the 3 count. Once again, Evil was looking on the ground, shocked again that Zack Sabre Jr. got another one-up on him. Suzuki-gun started beating up pretty much beat up a young boy outside then, one of the young lions. Evil just still looked at the ground then as, you know, Zack Sabre Jr. said, it's not Halloween, mate. Halloween's rubbish. Look at Evil. Look at him now. Look at him, mate. He's rubbish. You know, pretty much talking about him. Naito and Sonata just pretty much looked at Evil, I guess, trying to get him on his feet then, as people did chant, you know, LIJ then out there. But pretty much this is telling the story right here with Evil and, you know, Zack Sabre Jr., just LIJ and Suzuki-gun in general. But once again, Zack Sabre Jr. has one-up Evil, leaving him shocked and confused in the ring. Kushida and Hiroshi Tanahashi went against Jay White and Gedo. As they talked about Gedo stabbing Okada in the back. This was just another tag match, but one thing to really point out there was Gedo pretty much taking brass knuckles after he pretty much did a thumb to the eye on Kushida. Tanahashi was about to go for the high fly flow on Jay White, but when the referee pretty much was distracted in by White then, next you know, Gedo hit Tanahashi with some brass knuckles. Jay White hit the Blade Runner and got the win, and then he took the microphone and the briefcase pretty much about the contract at Wrestle Kingdom, and he says, Tana, which he got massive boos out there, massive boos, and he says, you all paid to see me, so shut up. And pretty much the people started chanting, fuck you, Switchblade, with multiple chants from there. White says, I've beaten Tanahashi. This is my right to have this briefcase. And he asks, you know, what is New Japan waiting for? Tanahashi, what are you waiting for? I beat Tanahashi, and NJPW is scared of giving, you know, the thought of having Tanahashi in the main event of Wrestle Kingdom. So he says he's coming for that briefcase. Mostly just more storytelling here with Jay White pretty much getting another upper hand on Tanahashi, with now Gedo as his manager and stuff, since, you know, Chaos has pretty much imploded just like the Bullet Club right now. Jay White pretty much, you know, now coming after Tanahashi's briefcase since he beat him in the G1. he now believes he has the right to main event Wrestle Kingdom coming up. So that's kind of look like we're going forward with that. But you know, I will say one thing about with Jay White, they've really made him into a bigger heel now. I will say that they really pushing him. I don't know where this push is coming. I'm not saying, but he's been really good though. I will say one thing about Switchblade. Like I wasn't really a fan of it first. All right, because we gave him Tanahashi at Wrestle Kingdom again in the beginning, and I just thought a lot of his matches were not really that good, even when he was the U.S. champion also. But you know, the guy's developed more in the heel as a, you know, bigger heel, and the crowd is, you know, turning against him, so that's good. And come on, the guy got some big wins in the fucking... I didn't think he'd go that far in the G1, especially getting pins over Okada and Tanahashi. But the story continues from that. It took a 15-minute break intermission. We came back with Will Ospreay versus Marty Scurll in pretty much a tournament match for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship, which is vacant right now. Which I thought this was one of the best fucking matches tonight. You want to talk about speed and skill right here. Ospreay and Scurll always tear it down every time you put them in the ring with each other. My God, shit. As soon as the bell rang, Ospreay did a damn Spanish fly in, throw him out of the ring, handspring, flip on the outside. Hitting a shooting star press, and he tried to go for an Oz cutter, but Scurll pretty much got out of there. Crowd was just going nuts for this. A lot of Marty chants and Ospreay, the Too Sweet Woot Woot chants. Hell, he did a damn top rope 619. I've never seen a top rope 619 before. That it just fucking looked great. All right, even the sunset flip to the floor looked pretty brutal. Scurll with his you know. His clotheslines just looked fucking deadly on Ospreay throughout most of this entire match. You hit a Hurricane Run off the top rope. Like I said, the match was just amazing to watch. It really was, especially when was it going for that double underhook? I know that, but Scurll pretty much, you know, got out of it then, and when it kind of went to the top, not the top rope, but the one I thought one of the coolest things he did was pretty much able to suplex in. It was like a sequence thing they were going on, but when Ospreay tried to hit like a suplex on Marty flipped him into the chicken wing then, which looked really cool. And when it kind of got down to the stretch of it, Scurll pretty much hit a clothesline, and like it was like a package power driver and the graduation for the win. Pretty much advanced him to go against Kushida for the vacant IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. But pretty much, I thought one was one of the best matches of the night, if you ask me. I will say one thing: the junior heavyweights, they always tear it down depending on who you put in there. They always tear it down. But Scurll and Ospreay put on one hell of a fucking match, and I recommend going and watch it. That was probably one of the best ones of the night. IWGP Tag Team titles on the line. Young Bucks versus God. Haku was out there with them. Pretty much Bullet Club Elite versus Bullet Club OG. Very good match out there. Mostly there was a lot of story being told, especially through Matt Jackson's back, as Nick was trying to hold the work down. The God kept going on Matt's back, even putting him through a table at one point. The Young Bucks were able to recover, but when they tried that you know, more bang for your buck, it took Matt a minute as he struggled to even get the more bang for your buck, as Nick had to help him. They were still able to hit the move, but Tonga Loa still kicked out. They were going to go for the Meltzer driver, but as soon as Nick jumped, Tama Tonga came back with a gun stun in midair. Matt hit multiple super kicks, but God pretty much hit him with it pretty much looked like a damn 3D, if you ask me. They did. It looked like a 3D. That's what it looked like. It looked like a 3D. It looked like, but it was a gun stun at the same time. But I just thought it looked like a 3D, but it was still a gun stun, pretty much with assist from Tonga Loa, pretty much picking up the win. God becoming the new IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. Very surprised, I would say. In a way, I felt like this was going to happen, since we're continuing this whole Bullet Club Civil War thing right now. But it was still a pretty good match. I'm sure a lot of people thought the Young Bucks would go insane as usual with super kick, super kick, super kick, super kick, super kick, super kick all over the place. But that wasn't really the case here. But still a really fun match to watch. God picking up the big win. Like I said, I was very surprised in a way that they are the new tag team champions, but In a way, I'm not, because we're still continuing this whole story. And there was a lot of pro GOD crowd out there, so I will say that too. But as we had new tag team champions tonight, I did the U.S. titles on the line next. Juice Robinson, the IWGP champion, versus the new NWA World Champion Cody Rhodes, with his wife Brandy out there. Mostly Cody and Brandy were doing a lot of heel stuff out there in this match, playing up the heel role, as Cody does have to defend his title, by the way, the NWA one, I believe, in the next week or two, as they were plugging the whole rematch between him and Nick Aldis there at the 70th anniversary in 2 out of 3 falls match. So like I said, Juice and Cody are really over, and a really good match too, I will say that. I know they've been playing Juice as the underdog. Hell, he's a damn underdog in the G1. He may become the new U.S. champion, but he was losing a lot of matches as Cody kept antagonizing him. Even Brandy got involved at one point, pretty much distracting Juice Robinson out the match. Juice did what he could to try to hit the pulp friction on him, but didn't look like it was working. Cody even got some water, pretty much got a water bottle from Kellen Kelly, and pretty much, I believe he spit in Juice's eye when he was trying to hit the disaster kicked in, even hitting Crossroads to the floor on the outside, trying to do what he could to beat Juice Robinson. But when we kind of got to the end of it, they pretty much went to the top rope, but Cody pretty much was able to get him down, pretty much put him into a roll up. And I thought this was a double roll up at first because I thought both men's shoulders were on the ground, but they weren't. Cody pretty much got the roll-up then, beating Juice Robinson, becoming the new IWGP US champion. I was actually surprised that was going to happen. I didn't really see Cody Rhodes walking out with 2 titles. I really didn't, but him and Brandy were just pretty much being heels throughout the entire match. They still continue to build Juice as a big underdog as possible. Because now, he was the U.S. champion, but now it looked like ever since he won it, things have been bad. And he's lost the U.S. title now, which they pretty much let they very disheveled Juice in the ring then as he pretty much walked backstage. But like I said, they were telling really story with this whole IWGP US title thing. But Cody now the NWA World Champion and the IWGP US Champion. That was very surprising to see. I didn't really expect to see 2 title changes tonight on this show. I really didn't, because I actually thought Juice was going to retain. But as we got into the main event then, the Golden Lovers, Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi versus Chaos, Okada and Tomohiro Ishii. Fucking great match, okay? They said it's the first time Okada and Omega have been in the ring together on U.S. soil. So, this was fun to watch, okay? This match was just all over the freaking place. I swear when Okada and Omega got in the ring, the crowd just went nuts. It was just fun to watch, alright? This was just still... come on, what do you expect out of both of these, all 4 of these people? You know they're going to tear the house down when you put them in the ring. But it was just fun to watch. I swear, Ishii and Ibushi are just fucking hard hit. Dude, I swear they hit each other so hard, even Ibushi was like, what the hell was that? But Ibushi with those kicks just looked deadly. Especially that roundhouse V-trigger they did on Ishii just looked deadly then on him. But it was just a fun match to watch. The Golden Lovers pretty much got the golden trigger on on Ishii, picking up the win as Okada tried to get back in the ring and stop it, but it didn't work. But they went like 20-some minutes out here, and it really sent the crowd home happy, of course. But it was just a very fun tag team main event with the Golden Lovers and Chaos. Because, like I said, look who you got in the ring here. Okada, Omega, Ibushi, Ishii. So, shit about to go down shit's about to go really down. It is. Next, well, I wouldn't say next, that was the main event, but pretty much the Young Bucks, pretty much Bullet Club came out. Hangman, Marty, they all came to the ring to celebrate. Omega got the microphone, and he said this wasn't a perfect record for the Bullet Club tonight. That, he was sorry for the Young Bucks that they lost the titles. And he did notice the empty seats out there during the dark match. There was a lot of empty yellow seats he saw. But he saw many happy and familiar faces, that everyone had a very great time tonight. Which this crowd was lively and fucking like really big out there as possible. I know it was a lot of empty seats. Some, you could really see it visibly in the crowd, but the crowd was still over. Omega talked about this whole worldwide plan, and that they have a bigger show coming less than a week, or is it more than a week? I don't know when the show is coming in for New Japan, but he talked about the 10-year promise between him and Ibushi, and he talked about leaving the office disappointed, but they were talking about that rematch, and he spoke Japanese to Ibushi then, pretty much translating what he said. But I guess before Omega could even announce the match with him, Cody Rhodes came back out, saying that, he said, you guys should have your rematch in 1 week, but Cody had an offer he wanted to make, pretty much looking at Ibushi then. I know everybody wants to see this rematch, but he pretty much kind of looked at Omega and said, hey, listen, we're friends now. Looked at Ibushi and said, we're getting there, okay? We're getting there. But Cody pretty much said, how about this? How about Cody Rhodes versus Ibushi versus Omega in a triple threat match for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship? Omega pretty much, you're the mastermind behind All In and everything, and, have a solution to every problem. So why don't we rewrite history? He said there's only ever been one triple threat match for the IWGP Championship, so let's do another one. Pretty much, I guess Cody booked himself in a match, really, in the main event, as Jim Ross would say. But, this isn't personal to Ibushi. We're not breaking that promise. That's still going to come, but he's doing this for, the beauty and originality in wrestling, he says. We're going to, he said, me trying, I guess, not sticking to the crypt and everything, but, Omega pretty much, did his whole goodbye, good night thing. So I don't know when this match is in the next week or two, but I guess to what we know right now, whatever the next New Japan event is, but it's like Omega said, in less than a week or more than a week, it will be, I guess of what we know right now, it will be a triple threat match for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship between Cody Rhodes, Kenny Omega, and Kota Ibushi. So it was very interesting that Cody came out and proposed this match. So the man's a fucking double champion right now, but what's he gonna do? Go for 3? We'll see. But he still gotta defend that NWA title in the next week or two. But it will be really interesting to see this triple threat match go down. But overall, it's a fun show to watch. I recommend going and look at it. All right, it was really good from the undercard all the way up. I really say things really started kicking into high gear once Ospreay and Omega came on. That's when I said Omega, Ospreay and Marty. Why did I say Omega for some reason? Ospreay and Marty. That's when everything just started to turn up after that. Or if you want to go from this, and y'all probably say the 6-man, I would say really going up into the whole Cobb, Gordon and Sabin versus Chaos there. Or even Jay White and Tanahashi, as they still trying to tell the story there. But if I want to say where I want to bet, like when the shit started hitting the second gear, it was when Ospreay and Marty Scurll happened, pretty much leading up from the IWGP tag team titles, then the US title, then the main event then. But overall, it was a really fun show to watch. I recommend going to look at it if you have time to watch all of it. If not, it'll still be on this Friday on Access TV, so watch it from there. I don't know, I'm sure they'll show the whole thing, maybe a couple edits here and there, because let's be honest, I was here for damn near like 3.5, 4 hours. It was like from 7 o'clock to, I don't know, about 10:30 my time, so damn near 3.5, probably 4.5 hours really, if I'm trying to calculate the time right there for this entire event. But overall, a very, very fun show. There's a lot of wrestling going around this week. I know I didn't do a Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor review because I didn't know if I really was, but I was really glad I did this review, because I said we really saw a lot of these people really on Friday too. Come on, you saw Ospreay going against Jay Lethal in a very great match there too for the Ring of Honor Championship. I gotta say, Ospreay put on 2 great matches this weekend. Let me say that was just some really great shit he did. But like I said, there was a lot of new champions being crowned tonight, a lot of stories being told, really pretty much progressing from Tanahashi and Okada, Tanahashi and Jay White, to LIJ and Suzuki-gun, or just Evil and Zack Sabre Jr. in general, Omega and Ibushi, I guess now Cody being involved, Cody versus Juice, the Bullet Club OG versus the Bullet Club Elite. Pretty much, the God picking up the tag team title. So, like I said, there was a lot of stories being told throughout the entire night, and a lot of title changes too. So, a very fun night for wrestling, a very fun night for New Japan. And like I said before, I know I'm repeating myself, but I really recommend you guys go back and watch this show. It was very fun to watch. But I am out of here. I will see you guys later. Peace. Goodbye. Good night. I'm not really going to steal Omega's lines here, but it's really fun to say that half the time. But I am out of here. I will see you guys later. Peace out.